moments with my pageant sisters and kuyas like Kuya Julius. So yun lang po, and mabuhay.
Yes. And of course, you're competing sa Miss Philippines Earth. Marami kayong trips this edition. Last question. Kayo guys, we will be competing sa mga co-candidates nyo na tinatawag natin yung mga front runners. Of course, nag-start pa na kayo magpakilala sa pageantry. Of course, yung kayo dito sa Rizal. May mga front runners, may mga early favorites. So, one pageant fan should also give attention sa inyong journey sa different pageants po ninyo. Start natin kayo, sir.
Again, can you repeat the question?
Yeah. So, of course, sa Miss Philippines Earth, may mga front runners na kaagad ng mga candidates. May mga early favorites na kaagad sa social media, especially yung mga pageant veterans na nasasabak sa pageant. So, bakit yung pageant fans should also give attention sa journey mo sa Miss Philippines Earth?
I think for me personally, it's also to foster what we are trying to aim for, which is to embrace diversity. So in beauty pageants, hindi lang naman lahat pare-parehas ng ganda. Of course, we join that same pageant because we want to embrace the diversity that we have. And nakikita lang natin yun kapag nakakasama na kami. So hindi mo mapapansin to kapag ako lang yung sa akin ka lang nakafocus. But then when we share the same stage na, there you will see, oh, lahat pala sila magaganda, pero yung ganda nila magkakaiba. And even on the advocacy, so hindi ko naman kaparehas ng advocacy. Si Bea, I have different advocacy than her.
Speaking of advocacy, tingin ka sa culture advocacy.
Okay, that's a nice question, so thank you so much. So actually, I am also a broadcasting student. And before being a broadcasting student, I have been advocating for media literacy because I really believe in the power of media. Ayan, kung paano nyo nasa-showcase in different platforms the information, kung paano tayo nakakapagpakalat ng awareness. And in joining Miss Philippines Earth, I have realized what can we do or what can we change if we use media to promote more sustainable practices. And in my municipality, Teresa Rizal, we have here the materials recovery facility. So other provinces and other municipalities also have that facility na. So it's the space where you turn the waste into reusable products. Not only that, not only reducing the landfill waste, but you also provide livelihood opportunities for a community. So I realized that if I use media, if I use my skills to promote that MRF, kasi aminin natin hindi naman lahat, di ba, alam yung MRF. So what impact can we do to the society if we use that platform to inspire and encourage and inform other people? So that's why what I am advocating in the Miss Philippines Earth.
How old are you, ma'am?
I am 19 years old.
Studentic pa lang pala ito. Bakit na bagay sa iyo Miss Philippines Earth natin? Congratulations sa organization na alam mo yung mga prototype po ba nga. Dito kayo sa ating Mr. International. Of course, na-meet mo na rin yung mga co-candidates mo. Nagkaroon na tayo ng presentation at malapit na ang finals this July 20-something. 20. So, kumusta yung experience mo na meet yung mga co-candidates mo? How's the experience so far?
First of all, I'm very happy and I'm very blessed that I was able to meet all of my brothers there in the Mr. International Philippines. And at the same time, at a short period of time, we're able to learn from each other and we're giving advice, tips to each other because I believe most of the candidates, or probably some of the candidates here are veterans now. And some are newbies just like me because this is my first time joining in a national competition. But I just wanted to give a shout out and a huge thank you to all of the medias. Especially, I know that there is a lot just out there who's not present here, but thank you so much for including me to your hot takes because there's a lot of medias posting hot takes and I'm always included there. So thank you so much to all the valiant medias. Thank you so much for believing in my capabilities. So I think there's a lot of things that this platform can offer, especially to the youth. Because I am someone who values education and I really fought for it. Like, I am working, I am studying, and then before joining Ginoong Rizal, I am conducting research, especially teaching kids, starting from the grassroots, which is on the universities, and I'm also joining community services in order for us to provide education for those children who are in need. Because I know that education can really take us so far in our lives. And I think this platform really helps me to promote it and to amplify the voices that I believe in. And of course, with those kinds of values, I believe each and every one of us has a lot of advocacies that we believe in. And I think this platform really serves us the best, and all of the things that we are experiencing right now will be the benefit of ourselves and for the others as well.
Makulari ito, ha? Makulari. For Miss Grand, Beatrice, yung prototype mo talaga pang Miss Grand talaga yung beauty mo. Mukha ka talaga ng ito. Ito yung make-up ng no. Ito yung make-up.
No, actually, my makeup artist,
Ang ganda.
Marius, may sakit siya ngayon,
Oo.
kaya pinunahan ko na siya para magpa-makeup. And he tried his best, para maayusan ako today. Thank you so much.
Sana tomorrow ganyan din yung make-up mo. Maganda yung make-up.
Yes,
Nakado.
yes, yes. Makakaasa ko kayo.
Makikipaglaban ka, makikipag-compete ka sa sabihin natin na ang daming mga veterans, ang daming mga kilala. Yun nga. So, kumusta yung preparation mo for Miss Grand Philippines?
Yes, marami talagang usap-usapan ng mga sasali na veterans and mga frontrunners. Actually, some of them are my friends. So, medyo kakaiba tong experience na to for me. Pero, I believe they started as beginners din naman. So, the org din, lagi nilang nire-remind sa amin na sa competition, pantay-pantay lang naman kayo. Kapag nag-join kayo sa isang pageant, no? But, I see it as a positive energy, no? Kasi it's grand, maraming babaeng grand sa Pilipinas, and we have different advocacies as well, and reasons kung bakit kami nag-compete sa Miss Grand. And ako, hindi ko na lang muna siguro i-share sa inyo kung ano yung mga ipapakita ko sa Grand or exciting, but you'll see it soon kung paano ako maging Grand.
What makes you unique na lang?
Ako na lang, sige. Ito na lang. What makes me unique, sa other candidates, I think I am both feminine and masculine. So they call me babaeng bakla. And I love it about myself. Kasi kinaya ko, ever since teenager ako, they always say na, hindi ka typical na Filipina, And I'm so happy na na-open na to ngayon sa society and sa social media, Nagiging open na tayo dito. And I'm very thankful din na nagkaroon ng Miss Grand Philippines and Miss Grand International to welcome this kind of women. And I'm very grateful sa platform na to dahil napapakita ko kung ano talaga ako. I'm a good dancer. I can also sing. So watch out and let's see.
Yes. Of course, guys, our candidate for Miss World emerging organization. Kumbaga, dalawa na yung title sila na nakadalaw internationally. So, my question is very simple. And I'll give you just 30 seconds to answer. Who's your favorite beauty queen?
Okay. So far, my favorite beauty queen is actually, of course, our favorite Miss Catriona Ray. Actually, during the time that she won, it's actually triggered something in me because I think that is one of the most significant pageant with the Philippines had. And during that time, I was a young teenager watching TV. And then, because before I never really had any interest in pageantry, and then watching Miss Universe live, and then seeing a Filipina like me won a title that big, it inspired me that maybe I
she's not here anymore, but before, she would urge me to join CQ pageants. She would urge me to join CQ pageants, even school pageants. But then I realized maybe this is for me. And then after the triggering event for me, after seeing her won, it just started from there. I started joining school pageants, even if I lose, even if I did not win the title, even if I'm just a placer. I enjoyed it. It feels like I finally found my purpose. That's why year 2023 came. I joined my first outside school pageant. I won my first title. It's just a CTO. But then I love the feeling of winning and then going outside your house where people would greet you. Oh, it's our Binibini kay Sapat. And it just warms my heart hearing people recognize you, and then it was actually the time that I started serving my community. And then even from then I realized, this is not only just for my beauty, it's not only for me showcasing how intelligent I am, but this actually has more impact than I realized, and it actually opens so much opportunities that as of now, even in my college days, it actually helped me a lot. Because just like Kuya Julius is, I am also a working student. Sometimes I do freelance, but right now I have a job. That is what I use to sustain my needs, of course, and the needs of my family. But then pageantry opened a lot of opportunities that helped me, especially in pursuing my pageantry. However, joining pageantry is actually a big leap for me because it actually cost me my relationship with my father. That's why, actually, I remember Kagawad Christine asking me during Munyana Antipolo's training because I backed out of Mr. and Christine Antipolo, and then she asked me, "Are you sure you're not backing out this time?" And then I explained there that I have some issues with my father supporting my pageant journey because it is against their belief. However, since I feel like this is my purpose, this is where I would be most impactful. I pursued pageantry and never looked back since.
Ang galing nyo. Very competitive itong representatives ng Rizal Province. Masyong siya. Tinanong ko lang na kung sir favorite PTP, pero my God. Congratulations in advance sa fairness naman sa inyo. Congratulations. Thank you, Miss Christine.
Thank you, Miss Esh. And that concludes China. Thank you, Miss Esh. Palakpakan naman natin si Miss Esh. And talagang nagpunyi ang kalamitan. Naramdaman nyo kanina walang ulan. Ngayon, inulan tayo ng blessing at biyagyan ng langit ang ating mga delegates to their upcoming national pageant. So up next, may we call on any volunteer?
Okay, good evening, King and Queens. I'm Mark Dalawi of Sunburn International. So my question is for can you tell us your most unforgettable experience and being
Anyone to start it? Anyone to answer? Yes, Mr. Ed.
Hello. Good afternoon, Sir Mark, and also the other media here today. So, one of the unforgettable moments that I will always cherish, or I will never forget with my co-candidates, would be the time that we cherish with each other. Those nervousness at the backstage, those asking for a reassurance, do I look okay? May dumi ba sa ngipin ko? May dumi ba sa ilong ko? And of course, all those little things that we shared with each other, our stories, because just like what I said earlier, we came to the pageant stage with different beauties, with different advocacies. And now that we are sharing it to each other, that's where we learn and that's where we grow. And I remember, I will always remember this one. I asked Dea, what is your skincare? And then she really shared her skincare details, yung serum, yung cleanser. And I remember buying those skincares dahil sa kanya. So, I'm learning from her and she's also learning from me and the other candidates. And I think that's what makes us unique. We're bringing our uniqueness to the pageant stage with our co-candidates to help each other grow. So it's not just about competition, it's also the relationship that we're building with each other. So yun lang po.
Alright, so for me, the most unforgettable moment is, of course, joining Ginoong Rizal. So for those who don't know, way back 2019, when I won the barangay title and the municipality title, there's a pandemic. So there's a lot of opportunities that was canceled on our time. So there was a moment where we had our pictorial. I believe that's also a youth ambassador, but it was canceled because of the pandemic. So during that time, there's a lot of things that happened. I decided to work, stop my studies, postpone my studies, but fast forward 6 years ago, 2025, I decided to join Ginoong Rizal because my manager told me that if qualified tayo, sali tayo dito. Then I told him na, sige na I think it's about time, it's time to come back na sa pageantry. Since if you have that feeling that you have an unfinished business, you will realize talaga na para sa'yo, then para sa'yo to. As long as you pursue, as long as you don't give up on your dreams, then you can achieve it. That's why whenever I step up on stage, I always make sure I give my best. That's why I'm very thankful to Sir Omar, to my fellow candidates for the bonding, for the memories. So I think I consider this organization as my family. So thank you so much guys for all the memories, for all the things that we built. So let's make sure that we will give pride and honor to Rizal Province. Thank you.
Hello, thank you for that question. This one's heavy, no? The most unforgettable and memorable experience during my Binibining Rizal 2025 is that moment I took the chance to continue Binibining Rizal. Kasi nung nakapasok po ako ng screening, nakapasa po ako ng screening, something happened para mag-back out ako. It's heavy because I almost lost my brother due to stabbing, due to violence. And I was drained emotionally and financially. So, feeling ko kasi nung pumasok ako sa pageant na to, I thought I was ready, meron akong pera, meron akong backup, I have everything na kailangan ko. But because of this, sabi ko parang hindi ito meant for me kasi wala nagkaroon ng problema and parang back to zero po ako ganun. And I was not confident enough to join pa kasi baka mamaya nagtuloy-tuloy na ako tapos biglang mag-give up yung mental health ko. No, parang ang hina na ng loob ko during that time. Pero ito yung pinaka-risk na ginawa ko sa buong buhay ko. I continued and I won the title of Binibining Rizal. It's very memorable kasi pagdating sa family, mahina ako eh. Parang ako na yung magbibigay, no? Kahit na hindi ko na ma-achieve yung dreams ko. Pero this time, pinili ko yung sarili ko and nanalo ako. Thank you so much. And thank you so much din po sa org natin, especially Kuya Omar, kasi he believed in me. and he supported me all the way. No, it's very heavy, pero thank goodness. And now, nandito ako sa grandest pageant sa Pilipinas, Miss Bride! And actually, we share the same advocacy to stop the war and violence. So, yun po. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone. For me, I think the most unforgettable moment or experience I have with Binibining Rizal, actually, the night before the coronation, konti lang yung natulog sa amin. Kasi I feel like that time, siguro everyone is having the same feeling. Siguro kasi nga coronation na the next day. Everyone is nervous. Walang parehas kami hindi mapakali. So we try to distract ourselves. Yung iba, nag-review, possible questions. Ayun. And then yung iba naman, in-enjoy yung accommodation, nag-swimming pa kami. Kasi, and then I remember, almost 6 a.m. na yata kami natulog, mostly. Si Maya kasi tulog nun eh. He's taking their time, kasi nga super great, and I think masama yung pakaramdam niya that day. Pero I feel like that was the most unforgettable moment that I've shared with my co-candidates. Kasi during those times, nakilala ko yung carefree attitude nung co-candidates ko. And then, I feel like during that time, I actually get to learn their story. I actually get to share my story with them as well. And I feel like that's what makes us close even up to now, even after the pageant. And I'm grateful for that, na we shared the moment where we're all really nervous and don't know what will happen the next day. Kasi we know that maybe after the pageant, siguro hindi na kami magkikita-kita kasi busy na naman kami. Like, meron kaming other commitments to attend to after the pageant. Kaya siguro we enjoyed that night with each other, just enjoying the company, reviewing. Actually, Sir Omar was there as well. Nagulat siya bakit gising pa kami. Yung in-order niyang food, naging food namin. Kasi nga we were reviewing. I feel like that part is something I will never forget. Kasi I feel like even with the short time that we are with each other, we have a connection. And up until now, kahit sino may contact mo, they will reply. Sabihin namin like, hang out tayo, ganitong time, and they will just go with that. And I feel like the friendship, as the same as with Althea, the friendship that we've made is something that I see that we will carry up to the future. Because that is how, Binibining Rizal built us, na walang hard feelings, walang any other issue, kasi we're just having fun the entire time. Thank you.
Next question. Dalawa. What are your takeaways during the competition? Naririnig niyo ba ulit? What are your takeaways during the competition that you can use in your national pageant na sa tingin niyo ay magpapanalo sa inyo?
So, I feel like takeaway that I experienced. Personally, I have some conflicts. They told me I was strong during this training. However, the events after that, I don't perform as well. And personally, on those parts, siguro, I should focus because during those times, there are a lot of things distracting me. With school, of course, with the issue with the finances. I feel like for me to be much more well prepared, and thankfully, Miss Pearl of the Orients will come during the time where we still don't have classes. I'm really grateful for that. Nasakto siya during my time where I will be least stressed. And then also with the financial, kasi that is the one thing that's really holding me back during the time with Binibining Rizal. Kasi, to be honest, I am not well financially, but thankfully I now have Sir Omar and then the sponsors that could assist
And I feel like without those things holding me back, I feel like I could perform better and I could, hopefully secure a crown with Miss Pearl of the Orient Philippines.
As per me po, in connection with what I said earlier, with my problem during the Binibining Rizal, I think my biggest takeaway in Binibining Rizal is that I'm now back to my old self, very confident, good in making friends, kasi alam niyo naman, during pandemic, medyo nawala yung pagiging, pag-socialize natin, And during na Binibining Rizal po namin, we learned, narinig naman natin sa kanila kanina, we learned how to accept each other, to, yun nga, spill the secrets, the skincare and everything. And also Miss Grand, very, very interesting yung girls. Abangan nyo din po sila kasi during our preparations po right now, halos araw-araw kami magkakasama and ngayon, mas nag-improve po ako sa pakikipag-friends po. I have a lot of friends. Hi po sa mga Miss Grand. Miss Grand, Ayun po, feeling ko yun po yung biggest takeaway ko kasi it's not something na bago, pero mahirap ibalik. And yun po yung old self ko.
Alright, so for me, I think one thing or one takeaway that I will bring in the national competition upon joining Ginoong Rizal is to always give your best effort. So I'm the type of person na okay na to, pwede na to. So ganun ako lagi. So ganun yung mantra ko talaga. So if I remember, my friend told me na minsan lang yung experience na yan and we don't know kung kailan yan mauulit. Especially joining national competition. So all of us, I believe this is our first time, diba? First time namin to join the national competition. We don't know kung mauulit pa ba to or kung ano susunod na to. But one thing for sure is we will always give our best, our 100% best, so that no regrets. And always enjoy the moment that you shared with your co-candidates, the activities, the opportunities, the lessons, everything. And also, even if, let's say, there will be a time where you feel stubborn or you feel tired, you're frustrated, it's okay to, to take a break, to take a rest. That's fine, because sometimes life is really exhausting. But don't give up. Always make sure that you reach your goals and always give your best effort at the end of the day.
Ayan. I have actually two takeaways that I got from Binibining Rizal journey that I believe I can take to the national stage or in the Miss Philippines Earth 2025. First is to always show up and show up prepared. So that's one thing I've learned from the GPR journey, because even our small attendance, even yung pag-attend namin on time on activities, those are actually graded and part of the criteria. So that's one thing I've learned, na you're not VIP. Gaya nga ng sabi ni Ate Bea kanina, lahat tayo pantay-pantay lang. So you cannot treat yourself as an important person na hihintayin lagi. So even those small practices can actually help you, not only sa pageants, but in your everyday life, sa events mo. And showing up really matters, and preparing really matters. Sabi nga nila, if you plan to fail, you fail to plan, diba? And next thing is that to always lift up your spirits. So, maraming nakakaalam, even though marami din hindi nakakakita na kaming mga pageant kings, pageant queens, we are going through a lot. Hindi man yun nakikita dahil sa mga face card namin. But then we are really going through a lot. Yung mga discriminations pa lang, yung mga financial problems pa lang, yung mga gastos, and even the everyday ganaps na kailangan namin mag-show up. So, I believe lifting your spirit up is really important kasi ito yung hindi ko nagawa sa Binibining Rizal at the end of the coronation. nalulunod ang energy ko kasi wala akong sapat na tulog, wala akong sapat na energy na para i-live yung sarili ko. And I think this is one of the things that I've learned na babawi ako ngayong national pageant na mas tataasan ko pa yung energy ko, mas built up na spirit ni Alteo pa yung makikita nyo. And kaya nga na laging sinasabi ko, taas noo kahit kanino, yan ang tunay na Rizaleño. That's all, thank you.
We love your perspective.
Hi, good afternoon to all of you. My name is Peter from Philippine Philippines. My question is, although there has been a ceasefire already between Iran and Israel, what are your thoughts about the war? Maybe start with your Miss Grant.
That's very timely question. Thank you for that, Sir Peter. No? With ongoing war po, siguro po ang opinion ko in this very generalized na lang. Kasi as we all know, hindi na lang po sa Iran and sa Israel nangyayari itong war. So marami na ngayong bansa, no, na nagkakaroon ng war. And ako po, in my personal experience, I have an OFW father. He's currently working in Dubai. So sa UAE po siya. And I can say that the advocacy Stop the War and Stop the Violence is not just words. There's also prayers po ng mga families, no? Especially me, anak po ako na laging nag-aalala sa father ko, even now. Actually, it's very challenging kasi ngayon kung nag-compete ako with Miss Grant, ngayon pa nangyayari itong mga to. And minsan ko na lang din po makausap yung father ko kasi is very worried na yun nga po, na yung anxiety ko tataas because lagi nga po siyang nasa bingit ng kamatayan, no? Sabi nga niya. And sana po sa mga nanonood nito, it's not just about two countries na nag-aaway. It's also violence na nangyayari sa bahay, pwede rin sa social media, violence in social media, pwede rin kung sa gender, no? We should stop this kasi tayo lang naman yung magtutulungan. And we should also build bridges, no, not walls with each other. Kaya, with this war and violence that's happening, please, be mindful kung ano pong mga pinapost natin sa social media. Be sensitive enough para po makiramay po tayo sa mga families na merong kapamilya po sa iba't ibang bansa na nakararanas ng kaguluhan or war. Yun po.
Same question. Alright. So for me, to be general, especially with the war that is happening right now, I think we should always remember to understand each other because just like our national hero, he always believes that violence is not the answer. So it's just about deep cultural understanding, and especially with what's happening right now, we should always remember to at least think of the safety, the welfare of the children who are living in the country. So I think they are the most vulnerable as of the moment because they don't deserve war. They deserve education, they deserve a happy life. And with what's happening right now, I think it's time to stop this war and violence and let's focus on how are we going to build a country in order for us to have a brighter future, especially for the children. Thank you.
Hey, good afternoon and thank you for that question. Actually, this is where my advocacy, or dito ko pwede may pasok yung advocacy ko ng media literacy, especially on the mostly used media right now, which is the social media, and lahat ng ages is gumagamit na nito, kabataan or matatanda. And I think this is the right time to use our social media platforms wisely because it really is powerful. Not just only in educating other people and spreading awareness and information, but also in encouraging or spreading positivity. And ayun, madami na tayong pinagdadaanan ngayon. So, let us not add up or increase those issues that we're experiencing. So, if we want to achieve that world where kindness is fostered, then better start it in ourselves. So, be that change and start the kindness within you. That's all.
About the current ongoing war, or it's already a ceasefire, but for me generally, I feel like this country should just invest instead of investing in, because this kind of war, it exhausts a lot of money, it exhausts a lot of budget, and instead of using that for going to war, why not just invest those into the education of your people? Because I feel like these countries are just asserting dominance to each other, and I feel like violence will not actually assert dominance. It will just ruin the lives of your people and other people. Because I feel like countries should just focus on improving their education, their economy, instead of investing all of those money in killing and engaging in violence. Because I feel like you would be more dominant. You would be a dominant country if you progress, if your people are educated, or if you invest in the future of the children in your country. That way, I could understand and I will see you as a dominant country. Because we can do this without resulting to war. If there are conflicts, why not talk it out? Why not have a meeting with each other? Because I feel like instead of moving forward, we are taking a step back. We are going back to the past by engaging in war. I feel like as a world, generally, we should progress, and with progress, I feel like we should apply understanding with each other, because with understanding, we achieve world peace. And that is what we should focus on. And we should also keep in mind the future of our children. Because actually, it hurts me to see videos of parents crying to the children, or these children losing a limb. And then, generally, there are lives that are lost with this war. And also, my father lives in Oman. He's a citizen there, which is not far from where the war happened. And even though there is a strain with our relationship, we do talk casually. And he told me that he's worried about their safety. And I feel like our leaders sometimes, forget that their people is not responsible for the issue that is going on between these countries, and we are getting involved. I feel like they should be more compassionate about the safety of their people instead of focusing on their interests. Just like what I said earlier, I am hoping that instead of investing in war, please invest in your children, because I believe our children could build the future of our nation. Thank you.
Next po, Nay and Kenton Show. Hello, Bea, and hello to each and every one of you. First, I'd like to ask Bea and Julius about this real talk. Mine is a little bit in-depth. And the question is, BDPs and BDPs are always telling us about advocacy. They're always talking about that. But the sad reality is, hindi ito natutuloy. Even after the rain, or during the rain. So how can we sure, or how can I be sure, as a user also, that we will still continue advocacy with or without the crown on the national pageant?
Well, first of all, I don't believe po, respectfully, na hindi nasasagawa itong solutions or yung advocacy natin after the reign or after the coronation. Because I believe there's a deep meaning sa mga candidates kung ano ba yung pinilalaban nila. Especially me, I joined Miss Grand not just because I'm beautiful, not just because I'm a good dancer, no? Kasi alam natin sa Miss Grand talagang pakabugan yan. Pero ang totoong meaning po kaya ako nag-join ng Miss Grand is because of my father nga po, no? Because they're affected with this war. And I believe kahit po hindi ako manalo, pero kahit po hindi ako manalo, I'm a social media influencer. And right now, and even before this Miss Grand Philippines pageant po na sinalihan ko this year, I'm advocating for stopping the war and violence na. So, makakaasa po kayo na patuloy ko pong susuportahan tong advocacy nito with or without the crown. Because it really means a lot to me. Dahil isa po akong anak, isa po akong babae, no, na really affected sa issue na to. And hindi lang naman po yan na yung nangyayari, no. Meron po tayong history ng war, even here sa Philippines. And until now, pinaglalaban pa rin natin yan. Kaya po, I believe, no, na hindi lang po because of the pageant kaya may advocacy ang bawat isa. We have advocacy because it is close to our heart. And if we love doing it, we will do it in every day of our lives. Thank you.
Alright, so for me, I think if you're passionate and you put your mind and heart into your action, especially with the platform that we have right now, then definitely we can achieve anything. I understand that a lot of people may a little bit apprehensive, especially with this kind of mindset that yes, they join in a platform just for the cloud, just to gain fame. But for me, I joined in this platform to inspire a lot of people to have a purpose and of course to help those people who are in need, especially the youth. And I know that education is something that can take us so far in our lives. That's why prior joining the national competition or prior joining the Rizal, I am actually part of the community in my barangay where we are helping those people, especially the youth who are in need. We are giving books or we are conducting projects in order for have a platform in order for them to show or in order for us to show what we can do as a Rizaleño, because our national hero believes that education can take us so far in our future. And if ever I win the crown of Mr. International Philippines, I will continue this advocacy because this is close to my heart. And I wanted to inspire a lot of people that with or without this platform, you can achieve anything as long as you are dedicated and determined to achieve your goal, especially when it comes to helping others. And I believe in a saying that actions speak louder than words. So watch me. Thank you.
So having said that, let me ask Ms. Ortega and Ms. Sarah. You said a while ago that it's loyal, dedicated, and parang he will take everything to achieve that dream. What are you, sa tatlong yon, what type of the beauty queen are you? Are you a loyal one? Are you a determined one? Or are you the type of person that will do everything to achieve that goal?
For me, I could tell myself as a dedicated one. Gaya nga na lagi ko sinasabi na taas noo kahit kanino, yun ang tunay na Rizaleño. And having that Rizaleño blood, I think that's what always makes us dedicated to whatever we are doing and wherever we go to. Kahit saan pa tayo dalhin, there's that determination in our hearts to always look up, to always be, to always have that integrity, that strength, and that power that every Rizaleño has. And I think that dedication is what brought me here in the national stage. Kasi hindi naman ako dadalhin dito kung hindi ko deserve, right? And I think, ayan, gaya nila, ng mga handlers ko, sila Mama Annie, Mama Kiel, Mama Paul. And of course, si Sir Omar, sila yung nag-push sa akin sa bawat journey ko. And that's because they saw my dedication. Not only in joining pageants, but to my purpose. Nakita nila yung boses ko, yung skills ko, yung potential ko. And to be honest, I was very not confident of myself before, but then I had those people who believed in me na meron akong strength and meron akong potential to do greater things na hindi ko napapaniwalaan before. And because of those people, because they believed in me, I became more dedicated to my values, to my dreams na kaya ko pala. Kasi yung ibang tao nga naniniwala sa akin. So, what's the point of not believing myself? So, they push me to be more dedicated. That's why I can call myself someone who will always go through anything with open heart and who will always look up to every opportunity because I believe those doors that I will take or those doors na papasukan kong nag-open sa akin, that's what helped me grow and that's what other people will help. That's what other people a way to see me as a true Rizaleño with a dedicated heart. Thank you.
So I feel like, same with Althea, I do see myself as a dedicated beauty queen. I would never say that I am willing to do anything to win because I only do things as long as it is within my values because in the pageantry industry, you know, there are good and bad opportunities and there are things that we should avoid. Especially, this platform is something that, as of now, it is really big, it's huge. People are, you know, getting into these things a lot. And I feel like as a beauty queen, I've shown a lot of times where I am dedicated. Actually, joining a pageant introduced me to a lot of challenges that I never knew I would face. Especially, so during the Not Believing Yourself, the first challenge I faced is how can I manage my time? I am working, I am studying. During Believing Yourself, it is the time where I am in third year college. Thankfully, I was able to, you know, get through my third year in college. I am currently studying electronics engineering. And I feel like that is the first challenge I am, you know, facing that time. Also, I am facing challenges with, you know, financially. Our family is not actually well off. I had to do solicitations, of course, thankfully. I have my barangay, I have my handler, I have my team that was supporting me all throughout. And then, another challenge I face is also, I do struggle with a lot of insecurities. So, my skin is not the best. I do struggle with acne, discoloration, hyperpigmentation. Because those issues, you know, when you join a beauty pageant, they look into everything. You have to be perfect, you have to be beautiful, you have to be brainy. And I feel like even with those insecurities, sometimes, sometimes my confidence went down. Feel like, especially during the times when I am having breakouts, feel like, should I join pa ba? Should I continue this? I remember actually asking Bea, babe, tuloy pa ba ako? We had a conversation, it's a long conversation. We were trying to, we were trying to lift up each other. Actually, that conversation with Bea actually made me continue in Binoat Binibining Rizal. Because it's hard, you know, when people always criticize you about some things that, you know, sometimes you can't control these things kasi. But I managed to push through that. I managed to still showcase what I am capable of. And thankfully, I won one of the crown, which is the Believing Yourself 2025 charity. And I feel like I've shown my dedication. I was courageous enough to push through even though I am facing challenges with my school, with how I would handle my time, financial, and then of course with my insecurities. That way, that's why I see myself as a dedicated beauty queen.
Hello? Sir Adam?
Pwede ba last question na lang na why should you? Sige, go. Hi! So, kinalagay naman ako. Invite nyo naman sila kasi alam ko may voting kayo sa mga national pageants.
Ayan. So, thank you, Ms. Jel, for reminding me of that one. So, to all the viewers and to everyone here, today I am inviting you to vote for me, number 31 in the Miss Philippines Earth. So, we have a partnership with Eventista and we have an ongoing online voting. So, you can pay for the votes, and there is one free vote that you can do. Just download the iZone app, and there you can vote for the number 31, Teresa Rizal, for the Miss Philippines Earth 2025. So, yun lang po, and thank you so much in advance.
Alright, so to all the viewers out there and to all my supporters, so I encourage you guys to vote for me. So in order for you to know the step-by-step guide on how to vote, you may always check the Mr. International Philippines org page, and I actually shared it on my Facebook as well. So my Facebook is Julius Ervillier, so you may check the guide there. So I hope you guys support me on my journey, and you may also watch the Grand Coronation Night of Mr. International Philippines that will happen on July 20 at Nova de la Araneta, Cubao. So for the tickets, you may also check it as well on my page and also on the page of Mr. International Philippines. And don't forget to enter the code Rizal Province. And aside from that, you may also help me advance to the semifinals aside from those that I mentioned by purchasing the the shirt that we have, the Mr. International Philippines shirt. So it's also available on the page as well. And last would be the Bohemian Project. So thank you so much again, Bohemian Project, for choosing me as your Mr. Bohemian Project Choice Awardee. So thank you so much. So I hope you guys support me on my journey. Let's go and win the crown. Thank you.
Hello to each and everyone who's here and who's watching. As far as I remember, we don't have a voting system right now, but I'm encouraging everyone to please support me in my social media accounts. No, it's a big help because we all know in Miss Grand, a candidate should have a strong social media engagement. So by reacting and sharing my posts about Miss Grand Philippines 2025, it's going to be a big help for me and for the Rizal Province. Thank you.
Hello everyone, so again I am Sarah Cathy, your Miss Pearl of the Orient Philippines representing Rizal Province. As of now, we still don't have an ongoing voting. However, I am officially announced as one of the official candidates for Miss Pearl of the Orient Philippines. I am encouraging everyone to support me on this upcoming, on the first week of August. However, we still don't have a set date. For that, I hope you guys can support me. My social media accounts are Sarah Ahmed Rosano Cathy. You can check it out in there. And hopefully, we get to earn the crown of Miss Pearl of the Orient Philippines and send to Miss Aura International.
I love it. So is there any more question from our guests? Wala na po ba? So may I call on ang inyong mga kapatid sa Ginoo at Binibining Rizal, the runners-up, to be with us here. At gaya na sabi ni Miss Bea at ni Miss si Sarah din na wala pang voting. Mag-ipon na kayo ng pera. Itago naman na yung pera kasi di ba ang voting may bayad minsan.
Yes po. It was Christine.
Yes,
I forgot.
ipunin ang pera para iboto si Bea.
Yes. I forgot to tell Christine, flat lang din
social media accounts namin. Kasi
Yes.
to say our social media account, no? In Facebook po, my name is Bea Ocampo, BEAOCAMPO. And in my Instagram and TikTok, my username is BAEA Ocampo. So, don't forget that, guys. And support.
Alright, so please follow me on my social media. So my Facebook is Julius Irving Lirio, and my Instagram and TikTok would be Jules Irving. So yeah.
Ayan, so I'm going to plug my social media accounts as well. My Facebook name is Althea Paz, and my Instagram is, I just changed it after 6 years, Althea Genial. And Genial is my second name, and for my TikTok account is Althea Paz _. So guys, follow it and add me on Facebook. I'm going to accept you guys. Thank you so much.
I think I already mentioned my Facebook, but it's just my full name, guys. I'm that transparent online. Anyway, so my Instagram is rsana442. You can follow me on that one. And then on TikTok, it's a secret. It's just the same username. Thank you so much, guys. Guys, please follow me and support me on the upcoming Miss Pearl of Orient Philippines. And the host city is Tarlac. See you there, guys.
And can we hear a message? Any one of you could give a message of support to your brothers and sisters for the Noon Philippine Rizal as they compete in our national pageant?
Yes, hello ulit. First of all, congratulations to the four of you for making it to the national level. And I know how difficult it is na sumali sa another pageant after yung pageant natin. And my personal message is, when you always think na yung giving up, always think yung reason kung bakit kayo sumali. Kasi dun mabubus yung energy nyo, at the same time yung heart nyo, dun mag-i-start na mas magbiyak pa yung confidence and everything. And my personal message to Miss Sarah, yan, we've been in 2 consecutive pageants po. And I know na hindi siya magpapatalo kahit kanino pa. Wala siyang laban na hindi pinatalo. And I think our media partners will agree with what will I say, na this 2025 will be the year of Rizal Province in the pageant.
Let's do it.
Share ko lang, I was actually the bunso sa ginawa Binibining Rizal journey. And ever since day one, I looked up sa kanilang lahat, sa mga ates and kuyas ko. And I hope you know that you have the power to inspire. Even me, I was so very inspired sa inyong lahat, sa energy na binigay niyo sa amin, how you deliver yourself to other people. And I hope you know na sobrang dami kong natutunan sa inyo. And I'm very, very grateful for all of those things. And sana marami pa kayong ma-inspire na other people. And I'm very proud sa inyong lahat sa na-achieve nyo and sa ma-achieve nyo. And I'm sure that you will make Rizaleños proud.
That's it. So my baby boy.
So my message goes to everyone. As your second to oldest, so I think this is your time to shine. So embrace the opportunity, believe in yourself, and make your mark to work. Always believe in what you can do. Because as your brothers and sisters, we're always here for you. We will support you the best way possible. Good luck in your journeys.
Thank you so much. And of course, we have a special person right here.